hear your questions, I hear their concerns, and then I kind of like mesh it together and produce these videos. Hey y'all, welcome back to another banging video, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you guys on how to ace an interview. I've done a lot of videos similar to this one, or just kind of like in the genre of like how to get hired in a job, what to wear to your interview, things to do on your first day, how to secure the bag, just like a whole bunch of different like work-related videos or just content to help you guys become the best versions of yourselves and like get a bag and just do better in life. So make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button because you guys aren't going to want to miss it, and make sure to check out some of those videos that maybe can relate to like what you're going through or something that, you know what I'm saying, you have already gone through or just want to watch. So yeah, before we get started, go ahead and like, comment, and subscribe. Comment down below if you want to see anything in specific, if you want me to address anything in specific like in videos to come. But like I said, in this specific video, we're going to be talking about how to ace an interview. And I love talking about this one because I really feel like people just have all kinds of ideas of what they should be doing in an interview. And a lot of times I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I think it might be obvious and it's clearly not. And then on the other side, you know, of the wall, it's like you guys are thinking, okay, this is obvious to you guys. And, you know, it's like obvious to each person. And then you guys go to the interview and then it's just like, oh my gosh, I didn't get called. What happened? And I'm like, you guys thought it was obvious to go in there and be someone you're not, and then you guys get mad at the results. like, no. So we're just going to cover everything that should happen in an interview so that you guys can really secure that job. So today's been a long day. I'm so sorry, but yeah, I was like, I have to do this video. Anyways, obviously when you go to an interview, the first thing you want to do is to get there early. If you don't get to an interview early, it just really sets the mood, the tone, the vibe, and the manager is already gonna naturally, like, I feel like, just judge you harder. And just, again, these are just my personal thoughts and opinion, like a little disclosure, because I don't want you guys to be like, I didn't get the job because I put your shit up. Like, no. First of all, I do have like all the results here on my page of like thousands of people getting hired, but obviously there's no guarantee. And yeah, but I have worked very closely with a lot of the hiring managers, and I hear the way they talk, and I'm just like, okay, I've heard this side, I've heard you guys, so now let me combine it and make this video. So yeah, you guys definitely want to be there on time, and you also want to be presentable, because that shows a lot more than what you think it shows, truthfully. And so you want to be on time, and then you also want to be presentable, okay? Because I know sometimes some of you like to go in basketball shorts and, you know, dresses that look like you're going to the club, and managers don't want to see that. They don't want to see that. Maybe for their own pleasure they want to see that, if you get what I'm saying, because some of these managers are sick. But it's just a bad look with the company. So like when it comes to like business wise, while you might look gorgeous or handsome or whatever, and the manager might be like, wow, look at, you know, but in regards to business or getting hired, they're gonna be like, this isn't a good image or a good look for the company. And you know what I'm saying, managers will cross certain boundaries and lines. As much as some of you guys are like, they can't do that. I literally had a manager one time. I had a friend, a coworker, who was off the clock. And he was off the clock, and it was his day off, and he literally came to the store because he had to buy something, because I worked at a grocery store, and he had to like buy something for his grandma, I think. And he walked in there, and he had like and I think there was like profanity on his shirt. It was a black shirt with like something like, I guess, bad on it. And I guess people were like staring at him. I don't know why, because, you know, nowadays all that stuff is common. But like one of the managers was like, I have to tell him something, because since he works here, you know what I'm saying, I'm just gonna ask him to not wear that type of clothing when he comes here. I was like, sir, he is off the clock on his day off. He can definitely wear and do whatever he wants. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to talk to them on their day off when they're off the clock and tell them what they can or can't be wearing, you know? So managers will go the extra mile to do things like that. So that's why I'm telling you guys that, like, the way you look matters, the way you come in matters, because these managers, like, they're looking for what suits best the company, you know what I'm saying? Why? Or at least not the company, but their store, you know what I'm saying? They want a good image at their store and this and that, because that's how they get raises, that's how their name gets out there, that's how like all the things happens, like promotions and stuff like that. So obviously like they want a good image in their store, and so just keep that in mind. Another thing I want to tell you guys is obviously like it's important to, I would say, if they ask you like close-ended questions like, oh, do you go to school, instead of you saying like yes or no, just say yeah, and then like kind of open it up, because obviously sometimes these managers, they're just waiting to see like your social skills and your, you know, you don't want to just answer strictly what it is and that's it. Just be like elaborate on it, be truthful, be honest, be yourself. You know, a lot of you guys want to go in there and act like somebody you're not, and that's just never, like, people can see right through that, because as much as you think you're so good at masking it, these are people who have 30 more years of experience than you. Like, be for real. Like, we're not fooling anyone. Just go in there and be yourself. If they ask you about like transportation or something like that, like, be genuinely honest with them, but have like a solution. If you know you're going in there with a problem, I'm not saying to lie about it, because then you're not genuinely being yourself. But go in there with like a solution, like, oh, but I already worked it out with my mom, or yes, I have reliable transportation, like whatever, like, you know. Another big one is like, when I say be yourself, obviously if someone's like, oh, what do you like to do? If you like to do basketball, don't be like, oh, I just love to work all day. Like, no, tell them you like to do basketball, but relate it to the job itself. And that's a big one that I tell people. It's always to like relate it to what you're there for. So if you're like, oh, I like to play basketball or whatever, you can say I'm really fast on the court, and I feel like it would also help me here because I can be fast in doing whatever it is, that whatever position is you're applying for. Like, I could be fast, you know, if you're a cashier, like swiping items or this and that, or I'm really like, if you like to teach kids soccer or something like that, I'm really patient with people, so I like to, you know, help others, and that would be really good in the position I'm applying because so it's like, be honest on what you like to do. Like, if you like to bake, don't go in there and be like, I run 5Ks every day, you know what I'm saying? Be like, I like to bake, but because I like to bake, I'm very familiar with a lot of the groceries in this store, if it's a grocery store or whatever, and I can help assist any customer in those kinds of needs and things like that, you know what I'm saying? One thing I don't really recommend you doing in an interview is obviously asking about the pay. You want to like secure certain things first before you start getting awky with it. I know it's like super important, but you should kind of already know the pay range of the position you're applying to, so it's just gonna fall probably on the lower side of the pay range, and just expect that, and then obviously just try to get hired first. Another thing that I recommend that you do prior to leaving, if they ask you, oh, do you have any other questions, you know, if you have a question, obviously like ask it, but if you don't have a question, like in terms of, you know what I'm saying, like something that they need to ask you or you need to ask them, whatever, you can always tell them like, is there anything I should be doing in the meantime to speed up the process or to make myself like a better candidate or applicant, things like that. That kind of like shows them, first of all, how interested you truly are in the position, number one. And number two, it just kind of like sets the vibe of like, okay, you're mature, you want to know, like, you're not just there answering questions, you really want to know like what's up, like how quick can I get this job, I really want it bad enough, like, you know what I'm saying, like, hire me today. And it shows your interest above everybody else's and a level of maturity and things like that. And I'm telling you guys, if you say some of the things that I tell you guys, like the exact wording, like, I haven't like worked side by side with managers for nothing. I've picked up a thing or two. I'm not just there talking ish. Like, I'm there, I'm trying to like pick up on stuff so that I can, you know what I'm saying, because I hear your questions, I hear their concerns, and then I kind of like mesh it together and produce these videos. Nothing's guaranteed, but there's a high chance and likelihood that when you follow these advices and tips and tricks and things like that, you get hired. So I'm just like, putting you on, take advantage, do the things that you need to be doing. But anyways, that basically sums it up. Obviously when you leave, you want to shake their hands, you want to be super respectful and you know, sweet about it. Always smile, show a good attitude, because that goes a long way. Everything else is learnable, everything else is teachable, but your personality is not. Therefore, you have to go in there and you have to be radiant, okay? Because you need to stick out. And the way you can do that is honestly with your personality. You can have all the qualifications in the world, book smart, all this, okay, great, great, great. On paper, you look awesome, but now in personally, like, you can't even shed a smile. Like, to some companies, that's like brutal. So, smile, have a good personality, dress nice, you know, go in there positive, and I'm sure the results will match. Anyways, if you guys have any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave it down in the comment section below. Go ahead and like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel because we're on a road to 100K. I feel like it sounds so far-fetched now, but one day we're gonna get there and it's not gonna sound super far-fetched. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.